Dear Mr. Chairman, dear Secretary General, Dr. Abulghaid, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It is always a great honour for UNRWA to be welcomed by the League of Arab States, our first multilateral partner, and to address this Council. Every opportunity to engage makes this special relationship stronger. I am deeply grateful to His Excellency the Secretary General, Dr. Ahmed Abulghaid, for his outstanding support of UNRWA and its mandate to assist the Palestine refugees. I'm also grateful for the political support given by Arab member states for the renewal of UNRWA's mandate and for the tremendously generous financial support. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates remain within our most generous donors in 2019. To Your Excellencies representing the governments of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, Lebanon, and Palestine, UNRWA expresses its profound appreciation for fulfilling historic and difficult responsibilities in accommodating the refugees for over 7 decades now. The membership of the Arab League has consistently shown firm leadership in defending the human rights of the Palestine refugees. Events in the region keep us guessing. The election in Israel adds new uncertainty about what happens next. Stakeholders are still assessing where the US plan from peace to prosperity will take the region. The strong position emanating from the extraordinary session of the Council of the League of Arab States is that only a two-state solution can be accepted in the region, in line with international law, including resolutions of the UN Security Council and supported by annual resolutions of the General Assembly. We have concerns that the US plan may already be encouraging political challenges to the agency. One of those concerns is a new round of questions about our mandate and our role. This is nothing new in itself, and we have developed strong messaging for entities targeting our mandate. But the intensity and the number of actors engaging is growing day by day, and they are increasingly targeting decision makers and parliamentarians across the political spectrum in donor countries, with the intent of having UNRWA defunded. We are engaging with capitals and hope support will be maintained, but we would appreciate your support and the support of your teams in continuing to advocate strongly at every opportunity on our behalf. Another concern is the effort being made to terminate UNRWA's presence in East Jerusalem. In 2018, municipal officials began interfering with UNRWA activities and made repeated threats indicating the intent to close UNRWA installations and our ability to provide services in East Jerusalem. It remained a local campaign by the mayor of Jerusalem at the time, until the end of last year when he introduced a draft bill or law in Israel's parliament that would terminate UNRWA's presence and activities in the city. The legislation has yet to be tabled in the Knesset, but we are proactively raising this matter in interactions and meetings such as this, as it is crucial that the international community engage the government of Israel and other governments in support of our activities and of our mandate in East Jerusalem, so as to try to avert any unilateral action taken against the agency. On multiple occasions, we have made clear to the Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs that the standing agreement between UNRWA and Israel, signed in 1967, remains in force, and also the UN Convention on Privileges and Immunities protects UN facilities and assets from interference. It is also fundamentally important to recall that the agency's mandate emanates from the UN General Assembly, and UNRWA needs to continue to provide protection and essential services in conformance to that mandate until there is a just and lasting solution and/or the UN General Assembly determines otherwise. Mr. Nikolai Mladenov, the UN Special Coordinator for the Middle East Peace Process, also spoke about this issue in briefings recently with the UN Security Council and our office in East Jerusalem is monitoring the situation closely. Pressures on UNRWA are closing in from all sides. As we engage and counter mandate antagonists, which consumes considerable amounts of time and energy, our financial situation continues to deteriorate, and the current funding arrangements for the agency have fallen very much below our minimum requirements. Commitments to our mandate and its renewal in December for a further 3 years until the 30th of June 2023 by the vast, overwhelming majority of the members of the United Nations General Assembly sent a crucial message to the international community and to the Palestine refugees themselves. However, this global political backing for our mandate comes with responsibilities, and part of those responsibilities is to adequately fund UNRWA to implement that mandate. There can be no understanding about the generosity shown towards UNRWA. I do not for a moment mean to imply that the donor community is indifferent to the needs of the Palestine refugees. Far from it. Our regional partners have dramatically increased their overall contributions to the agency over the last decade, and many of the Gulf states have set an example of good donorship. I cannot put into words how much we appreciate this support. However, the financial constraints placed on us since mid-2019 have become truly unsustainable, and the Palestine refugees are feeling the consequences. In 2019, we were forced to secure emergency financing from the Central Emergency Response Fund of the United Nations in order to stay operational. Not once, but twice, including a loan of $30 million. Without these loans, we would have been unable to pay the salaries of our staff. We also had no choice but to delay paying vendors for goods and services in the last quarter of last year. As a result, we started 2020 with debts amounting to $55 million. So far, we have received pledges of only $299 million, of a total requirement of $1.4 million. If we do not receive additional pledges, or those who have pledged do not make good on existing pledges, then we will run out of money at the end of next month. At this point, I do not see how the needs of Palestine refugees can be met this year if support remains stagnant at the 2019 levels and our core programs implemented in Gaza, in Jordan, in Lebanon, in Syria, and in the West Bank, including in East Jerusalem, will simply grind to a halt. I would also like to recall that years of painful restrictions on expenditure are being felt in all our fields, such as the recruitment freeze, the non-replacement of vehicles and other essential equipment. Much of our vehicle fleet is now over 10 years old, and much of the equipment in our schools is obsolete or broken. The refugee community has also been shaken by the measures we have been forced to take, from near suspension of our education program to reductions in emergency assistance delivered in the occupied Palestinian territories and in Syria. I have so far resisted pressures to suspend core services, but in the end, it comes down to available resources, and I will soon have no choice. I appeal for partners to strengthen support and ensure new pledges and existing pledges are transferred as early as possible so that we are able to sustain the essential services and dignity of the Palestinian refugee communities. I also appeal to all partners to commit the funding levels they provided in 2018, or if possible, to be even more generous than you were in that year. Allow me to remind you, as our close partners sensitive to the pressures facing UNRWA, that parties challenging our mandate are already encouraged by the recent political developments. The perception that commitments to meet refugee needs may be reaching its limits will undoubtedly give momentum to those challenges. A significant reduction, or indeed absence of the crucial services being provided by UNRWA, will also have an as yet unknown impact on stability in the region. We truly need the full support of the international community, now more than ever. Thank you again for allowing me to address this important and timely meeting, and I reiterate my deep appreciation for the solidarity and generosity shown to the refugees since 1948. UNRWA is your partner, and we are honoured to have you as our partner. The League of Arab States can continue counting on us to assist the Palestinian refugees and to deliver the assistance they need to lead lives of dignity as long as we are able. UNRWA will stand side by side with the refugees and assist them until this tragic conflict finally comes to an end through a negotiated solution that is just, agreed by the parties, respects the rights of the Palestine refugees, and can stand the test of time. Our work is not done yet, and we continue to need your strong support. I thank you.